So what these sources do is they are basically, they could be your Xbox, they could be an image. Let me show you what that looks like. So that pops up, and if you were a musician and you wanted to show somebody a video lesson with you talking into the camera while you're playing, while the camera's on your keyboard, that would be pretty cool. But so I'll show you real quick. Here's the sources that you can add. Okay, so if you have a mini output, you could put that in here and just create a new output and just label it keyboards. Okay, or you can add to an existing microphone or something like that. All right. What are some other ones that I wanted to show you? I told you about Xbox. You can do that under a video capture device. You got game capture up here. This is display. This is the your desktop. This is what I'm sharing with you now, and this is your video capture device. Okay, you can add another camera. I've got a Logitech video camera set up. How many that you can add 4 different cameras if you want. To be honest with you, I don't know how much memory that's going to take up if you're streaming. I've had issues with another thing, but I don't know if it's the software bogging down or if it's just my internet, because I had all 5 bars on my wireless. Anyway, so that's something that you can do. And if you don't want those, cameras, you can remove them. Okay. The other thing I wanted to show you was that you can add your banners. Okay. Now, when you add them, let's add another picture. Okay. So you're going to go to sources, image. I'm just going to put image for now. You can browse your desktop, and let's say you wanted to put a watermark. I'll show you one of my watermarks here that I put in. And you want to use PNG because that will give you the transparency, okay? That's the difference. Now, I got 2 watermarks here. I like this one better because it snaps more. And as you can see, it's a PNG, all right? So we're going to add that up here. Now, here's the cool thing about this software is that you can move it anywhere you want. You can put it in this corner, put it up over this corner, as long as it's on the screen, right? YouTube logo is over here, so sometimes I recommend not putting a logo over that corner, but that's just me. Because I have my my banner here that I put in, and again, you can move these all over the place, which is really cool. You can stretch them depending on how big. Let's see, if I can get on there, we'll be in good shape. So you can stretch them out like that and put them in. Put them wherever you want to, man. And just same thing with the camera. I could put it, behind. You can do whatever you want with these, which is really cool. I mean, that is definitely a step in the right direction. So let me show you scenes, because you can add scenes too. All right, this is the first scene. You won't be able to see the my screen capture, but if you're teaching, this is a great place to have your webcam. Now, here's another tip. I don't like my my camera here, or my face right there, so I'm going to shrink it down, and I will put it over here, let's say, or put it on the top. I like to be on top. So, and that's basically it. And you can move it around. So you can have your watermark either down here or up here. You can have a split screen with your banner. And over here is your camera. You know, you can have that split in two and have another camera here, your webcam. I mean, there's so many different things that you can do with it. So let's go back to the other scene. Now, these scenes you can add too. You can remove them. You can shift them around. This has a lot of things. Now, this transition thing, if I want it to fade, I think this is between scenes, okay? So when I change screens like this, it should fade. Now, if I don't want the fade, let's see, this just says cut. Let's try that. Okay, so it's a quick cut. It's not a fade. I like the fade because it looks a little bit more professional. And you can set up the time you want it to fade, which is really cool. Okay, you want a slower fade. Let's see if we'll make it 800 and see what happens. See how slow that was? Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's a nice feature. One of the things I like to do when I'm reviewing software and things like that is going into settings. I love seeing what I can screw up and seeing what does what, okay? So I like to go in there. They give you two different themes, default. Like I said, I'm not going to play with this because there's another software I want to show you, and that's Xbox. I just got done playing Xbox, that's why I said that. No, it's XSplit Broadcaster. It does this similar things, but I'll show you that in another video. But right now I want to show you this, all the different streams. Now, if you're streaming, this is for Facebook. If you're doing Facebook streaming, this is another show. I'll have to get back to it to show you how you get your stream key and all that. You could just look that up, type that in, and how to get this special key, okay? Then your output, okay? This is for streaming. It's going to set it up for default. I wouldn't mess with it too much. You can play with it when you have time, but you know, as of right now, it should be fine the way it is. This will show you when you're recording what folder you're going to save it as, okay? This also shows you the encoder. YouTube likes X264, they like that. The MP format is fine. This is your resolution. These are grayed out right now because I'm recording. I'm believing that's why. Here's your audio, different tracks that you have, the bit rate. And again, if this is over your head, it's okay. Just use it as default. These are your audio settings, your sample rate. I've seen this go way up to, you know, over 100,000, okay? But I'm not that technical, you know. I like to delve into things, but that's over my head, okay? But this just tells you where your output is. You know, what are you going to listen to, desktop or speakers, headphones, the second audio device, etc. Your microphone, this is important. Here's your microphone. You got to go down and find out what that is. Your default is probably your desktop mic, okay? That could either be built into your speaker or built into your monitor, or you can have an external one like this, okay? This is a Logitech, which, you know what, it's a cheap mic, but actually it's got some bass to it, you know, it's got some bottom to it. Anyway, I'm using a Shure mic, a USB, which is one of the best signals that you can get for the budget that you have. A lot of people, you see the Shields, you see these big giant microphones. I mean, look, if it's halfway decent without that high-pitched squealing or that, you know, like your camera mic, you definitely need a external microphone, but you don't have to go out and get, you know, the golden EIB mic from, you know, that Rush uses. Okay, so those are your audio settings. Your video settings are all set up at 30 frames per second. This is your resolution, as you can see. Your output resolution, I might need to change that. Not sure about that one there. These are your hotkeys, okay? So let's say you're recording this on OSB and you want a quick one key to stop the recording and one key to start the recording, okay? So over here it could be F10, right? So you just type that in there. Oh, I see. So you can scroll up and down. Okay, so these are the options they're giving you: up or down, left or right, backspace, whatever. So then you can add that. I'm not sure. Like I said, I'm just getting into this. Studio mode, I wanted to show you that too. This is for advanced, you know, the color, the range. Now, if you got Sony Vegas, you can always do, especially for Windows, I use Windows, and Sony Vegas is kind of top of the line, considering it's up against Final Cut Pro. That's another video for Mac and stuff. So anyway, I just wanted to show you these real interesting settings that you can change around. And let's see what else. Down here, there's a mixer. Let's see what happens when you hit that clog. Okay, this will show you how to pan left or right, your stereo. Let's see, down mix to mono. I'm not really sure why you would want to do this. Some people say they record in mono all the time. I never got that. I'm sorry, I never understood that. I like stereo. So those are your audio input captures and etc. All right, what else? We talked about the transitions. Let's go to studio mode. Now, I'm not sure what this is. I don't know if you can see the split. Yeah, you can see the split screen. I'm not quite sure how this works because I use Sony Vegas, but it must be you can cut and fade on the fly. I'm not sure. I'm not really sure on why this is. I'm sure it's out there. Somebody else has gone through it. But so that's studio mode. I don't need it. I just wanted to show you what this looks like. What else can I show you here? These audio inputs, I added an extra one which I didn't need. So let's cancel that out. Or let's see, let's not. You can mute these out. Okay, if you're only using an external mic, I would recommend muting one of those out, okay? Here's another tip I wanted to show you real quick because, you know, if you're using this software, if you're using XSplit, this guy showed me this. Oops. This guy showed me this technique. When you open up these type of softwares with OBS, you're going to have a external sound driver opening up their own audio device. Okay, so let's say you don't have a mic and it's going to go through your camera and your camera's audio through a USB and it picks it up. That's what you're going to get. You're going to get this over here. So basically you open up your mixer and if you don't have the, listen to the high pitch. Listen. You hear that? I can't stand that. I can't stand, that's what I'm talking about with good audio. Okay, so go over to your mixer and pull this lever down. Don't mute it because I don't think, I think I ran a test on XSplit and it didn't come through. So I wouldn't mute it, I would just turn it down, okay? It's just like your speakers. If you're using your speakers and the microphone is feeding back, that's not good. But anyway, I went long. I went really long. Sorry about that. But I was checking out this software, and in another video, I'll talk to you about XSplit and how cool that is too. And you know, you guys can take your pick. Anyway, this is David D. Thanks for watching, and I hope you got a lot out of this on how you can do picture-in-picture and all that good stuff. Just one more time, there's the different layouts that you can have, and that's how you do live streaming and picture-in-picture, okay? So anyway, don't forget to subscribe to my channel because I've got a lot of good advice for you. I've got tons of information, and I just can't get it out quick enough. You know, I just got piles of it, and I have to get it out there. So we're committed towards that. Okay. So check out my website, thegetacluemarketingshow.com. Get some great lessons there. There's 21 free online lessons that you can check out for nothing. Just hit download, type in your email, and all that good stuff. Anyway, thanks again for watching. This is David Deek, and I will talk to you soon.